Greetings guys, gals, and non-binary pals, and welcome back to another video. I hope that you are well and I hope that you are fighting because there's a lot to be fighting for. As usual, there'll be a link in the description to the page of my website with a bunch of petitions, donations, emails to send to MPs, etc, etc. So something that you probably all know about me is that I am not the most mentally well person. It's why I'm so funny. I struggle with a bunch of mental illnesses we've got anxiety, depression, borderline personality disorder, PTSD, eating disorders. I've struggled with a lot in my time. I struggle decently in my day-to-day life. But I'm doing pretty all right now. I just took a week at the beach, which I told you about in my next video because I did these in the wrong order, but you'll find out about my trip a little bit in my next video, but it's fine. I'm all over the place. So because of my array of mental illnesses, I thought it would be fun to sit down and watch some mental illness TikToks with you, both for the lols and for the educational purposes. My friend Eliza, who is Disabled Eliza on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, if you wanted to go check them out, they're an incredible creator, go check them out. They actually sent me all of these, so we're gonna watch those, and thank you, Eliza, for sending these to me. I appreciate it. I love you. Mwah.
So, how long do I get to live for? About like 80 to 100 years. Oh, well, that's actually a pretty good amount of time. I could really use that. You spend 1/3 of it unconscious. Oh, well, at least I have the other 2/3. I mean, that's still a pretty good amount of time. You spend another third of it working. Well, at least I don't spend the other third being depressed the entire time, right?
Joke's on you. I only get about 4 to 6 hours of sleep every night. So I actually spend more than a third of my life awake and depressed, and also sleep deprived. So, sucks to be wrong.
Don't say it, 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 don't say it. Should we get a bag?
It's true, but it's so important. It's true. You talk about it, and how does that make you feel? It's the go-to line. It's a brilliant line. I love it. It feels sort of stupid, I guess, at first, if you're not used to it, but like, I don't know. I spent a lot of time in therapy. I've spent many, many years in therapy. I miss therapy. I had to stop because I got government-funded trauma therapy, and then I left New Zealand, and obviously since I'm not a taxpayer in New Zealand anymore, I can't have government funded things, so my therapy got cut off right in the middle of my trauma therapy, which is really fun. That's a completely different thing. But therapy is so great. Talking about your feelings and how things make you feel is genuinely one of the most helpful and incredible things. That's something that I really love about mine and Kat's friendship, right? Is that we have both spent a lot of time in therapy. We spent almost all of our teenage years in therapy. She did CBT, I did DBT, and so we've learned a lot of skills about emotions and communicating them and working through them and labeling them, and just a lot of therapy techniques that really help. And since we've both had so much experience in therapy, we are really, really good at communicating with one another and talking about things and working through things and like getting a better understanding of each other and validating each other. So people always ask like if we ever fight. We absolutely never fight. We have lived together for 9-10 months now, I think. And we've been friends for over a decade and we have never fought. We have disagreements, sure, all the time, but we don't fight because we know how to talk about things and we don't want to invalidate each other. I'm sure you've all noticed that I say valid all the time, especially like on Twitter. I say it constantly to everyone I know in person. A lot of people will say like mood, same, me, etc. But me and Kat, we always say valid. And that's because we spent so much time in therapy, and a large part of therapy and what I've learned about emotions is validating people. So you validate other people's feelings and you validate your own feelings, and that is the most important thing. It's like, I hear you and I understand you. Your feelings are valid. You are valid. I say it all the time, and it has come through into my everyday language because of how important that is. So we always say it's like, I am in love with hyunjin. valid. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it works. Therapy is so fantastic. And if more people had therapy, the world would be such a better place. If we all had the same understanding of validating oneself and validating other people, it would be so much easier. It's that thing of like, everyone always says like kids go to therapy because their parents needed therapy. Like, yeah, we all need therapy. We all need to have a better understanding of our own feelings and other people's feelings and how to communicate with each other and validate each other and understand each other, which was the really cool thing about DBT therapy, because you have to do that with a parent. So my mom had to do my therapy program with me when I was a teenager because they know that you need a parent to help you with those skills and to listen and to understand. And that's the therapy that is specialized for BPD. And my mom also has BPD. So that worked quite well for the two of us. And we had a better understanding of each other because of that. Anyway, therapy makes the world go round. Everyone should have therapy. And it sucks that it's not super accessible and it's so expensive for so many people. I can't say I was lucky to get government funded therapy because the reason I got it was because I was in a really shitty, awful place. So it's like I'm very glad I was able to receive the help that I needed. And I'm really sorry that so many people aren't, is the way I should phrase that. If you are able to get therapy, do. Ooh, I'm mentally ill. You know what? I love this. I love this so much. I think my pills could fit in one of those. I hope. Oh, I want to find these lollies and I want to do it because that's fantastic. And maybe I wouldn't forget to take my pills all the time if I had them in a fun little thing that sat there. Maybe I would remember to take them, having them as a more fun thing. Don't forget to take your meds. Don't. Ah! I'm mentally ill. I didn't mean to hit play. That gave me a heart attack. Don't forget to take your meds. They're important. I forget constantly and it's really bad. It fucks me up. Don't do it. Take them. And if you want to, you can even put them in a fun little lolly sweets dispenser. How great is that? Fantastic. I love it. The next one is Eliza's one. Again, check them out on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, etc. You won't regret it. Okay.
This is nice, a nice relaxing time sitting down. Maybe you're a murderer. Yeah, did you hear me? I said maybe you're a murderer. Why are you ignoring me? Because I know that you're just an intrusive thought. And that you're not real and you're not a reflection of me. And if I ignore you, then you will go away. So, brain.
Yes, exactly. Intrusive thoughts are such a bitch. They're so awful. They make you feel like such a bad person because you truly do believe that you are a bad person. Because intrusive thoughts can say some really fucked up, awful shit. Whether it be about harming yourself or about other people or just doing stupid shit. Like when I was back home and I was like driving to work on the motorway and your brain's like, pull the steering wheel. Do it. Crash. Go drive into that tree over there. What? No. What? No. Shut up, brain. Because they're not you. It is just your mental illness that's just being a fucking little bitch in your brain. And you have to realize and remember that that isn't a reflection of you. That is just annoying, awful thought that you have, but it's not you. Especially when it comes to like thoughts about harming other people. I know that they can make you feel like a really bad, awful person, and you feel like you're the only person in the world who experiences that. And a lot of people don't share it with their therapists because they are afraid that they will be, you know, like ridiculed or sent away or admitted or etc., etc. But they are normal thoughts, and a lot of therapists, most therapists should be very aware of that and will understand that because it is something that a lot of people do experience and have to overcome, because there's a difference between like intrusive thoughts and like actual thoughts. You know what I mean? Intrusive thoughts, you can understand that they are intrusive thoughts, and you have to remember that they are just thoughts. They aren't real, and you don't have to make them real. That's the same with all thoughts. Your thoughts are just thoughts. They do not have to be anything more than thoughts, and that can be reflected into any part of your life. That was like the number one thing I learned in therapy, is that your thoughts are just that. They are thoughts. So it's like when you tell yourself that you aren't good enough, right? You're like, I'm not good enough. No. You are having the thought that you aren't good enough. That thought does not have to be reality. You get to decide whether that is true or not. You get to put your thoughts into action or not. You decide those things for yourself, and your thoughts are not you. And that is much harder to do. Like, it's much harder in practice than it is in theory. It is something that I still struggle with a lot. It's the same as, like, you know, insecurities with, like, your appearance. You're like, I'm ugly. And you can change that into, I am having the thought that I'm ugly. And you can change the thought. Say, I'm beautiful. And then that can be the true thought. You get to decide your own truth. And it always sounds so ridiculous. But once you change that thought pattern and you separate yourself from your thoughts and you make them thoughts rather than reality, it does help a lot. That is so off topic from the initial TikTok. The initial TikTok was intrusive thoughts, which are just thoughts. They are thoughts. You separate yourself from those and remember that they are thoughts and you aren't alone. A lot of people with a lot of different mental illnesses experience those, and that is completely valid. You are valid. Those are valid. I know they're scary and they are awful and it's shit and it's awful, but I believe in you and I know that you can work through it. And I'm sorry that you experienced those because they are fucking shit.
I hate men. Chicken nugget. Nicotine. I want sex. I want boyfriend. Corvette. ADHD. Iced coffee. I hate Sagittarius men. Mental illness in it. He hates me.
This is exactly how my brain works. And this is why it takes me like 3 to 4 hours to prepare just one of these videos. Like, I know I do like Reddit or TikTok videos, but I don't just sit down and go through Reddit or look at TikToks while I do these. I spend hours searching for like the best Reddit posts and then writing notes about them because my brain is so all over the place. I cannot think in a straight line. I think in so many different directions. As you've noticed today, I've been absolutely all over the place. So I need prompts so I can stay on track. And if I have lots of small little things, I'm able to like say like a lump and then say another lump, because otherwise I could talk for like 5 hours and I'll start in one place and end up in a completely different one and everyone is confused in the middle. So I need the prompts and things. So I find things that I want to talk about and I do it in a way that I'm able to talk about it in a way that's not confusing for everyone. And so a lot of people ask me to do videos that aren't Reddit videos, and I do try every now and then, but it is something that I really, really struggle with because I cannot. I talk so much because my brain is just like a bajillion words all at once. Like, just look at my fucking handwriting, man. You can see that my brain is not. It's not with it. I did a whole thing about my handwriting on my Instagram story recently. My brain just is all over the place. It's an absolute mess. So I relate to this TikTok very heavily. I can't focus on anything. Is it the ADHD? Probably. Should I ask to take medication for it? Mayhaps. Am I going to? Probably not. So, moving on. I love this account. This is one of my favorite accounts on TikTok. I followed them for like over a year now. They are such a lovely, lovely account. It's just this little kitten every day giving you some like lovely validating words, and it is the sweetest thing in the entire world. I highly, highly recommend you go follow them immediately. At Tutti and Yuki, it is one of those wholesome, fantastic, beautiful accounts on the history of the internet. So they're just that all the time, and it's so I love cats. I love cats. I want a cat. I miss my cats. I miss my cats so much. I hope I can go home and see them eventually next year. That's all I want, to be able to go home next Christmas. Like 2022 Christmas, that's all I want, to go home, see my family, my dog, my cats. New Zealand, please, I'm vaccinated. People do not talk about the side effects of antidepressants enough. Like, the fact it kills your sex drive is It is very annoying. It is very annoying. Antidepressants have a bunch of side effects that are so fucking annoying. They're so annoying. There's lowering your sex drive, which is a bit of a bitch. Honestly, it's a little bit annoying. And then there's also, like, depending on what you take, like, I used to take sertraline and that gave me really horrible, like, night sweats. I would sweat so much overnight, even when it was really, really cold. My ex-boyfriend would, like, worry about me because I sweat so much in my sleep because my medication. And for a while, when I was going on to sertraline, I had sleep paralysis almost every night, and it was always about trauma. So I dream in third person. I don't know if anyone else does this. Please let me know, but I dream in third person. So basically, when I dream, I'm not seeing out of my own eyes. I watch myself. And I also have memories like that. I remember things in third person and I dream in third person. And that for some reason includes when I sleep paralysis. So like I would have dreams regularly where I would like be standing over here and like watching myself die or like watching trauma events. And I couldn't move. It was really, really fun. But that's something I experienced when going on to sertraline was awful sleep paralysis almost every single day. And if it wasn't sleep paralysis, it was really intense, really, really vivid dreams. And I have very, very realistic dreams. So I was getting really confused with like between dreams and reality. And it was a big mess. And that's something that a lot of people don't talk about. Something that my psychiatrist said at that time is that it is quite normal for people going on sertraline to experience really vivid dreams, and it usually means that it is working. And I did, after a few months, and I was like on a stable dose, they did stop. So if you are going on to antidepressants, especially like an SSRI, and that is happening to you, it did get better for me. I was on sertraline for 2.5 years, and it stopped. I was totally fine. Everything was good. They worked really well for me for a while. And then I switched. I take lamotrigine instead, which is for borderline personality disorder and bipolar. And I was taking both for a while, but it wasn't really working for me. So I switched, and that's what I take now. And it works really well for me, I think. It like manages the depressive parts of BPD and bipolar. So, because I struggle more with the depressive episodes than like the manic. So it helps control the like depression aspect. So it works really well for me. And that is something that a lot of people don't talk about, is just side effects of medication. Medication side effects, we need to talk about them more. You lose your sex drive a lot of the time, and there are other things, and different medications cause different side effects, and that is just something to keep in mind, including like weight gain and weight loss. Your eating habits and appetite can change. Mine changed. I gained a decent amount of weight when I went on to my antidepressants. It really doesn't matter. Your weight doesn't matter. And it's totally worth it. BoJack Horseman also covered that. When Diane went on antidepressants, they showed her side effects, and I thought that was really, really cool. Like the weight gain side, I think it's really cool that they did that. BoJack Horseman is a fantastic show. I have gone so far off topic so many times in this video. I hope that you have been able to follow a thing I have said, because I don't even know if I know what's going on anymore. And I'm the one talking. My prompts did not work for me today. I still went. I think I'm going to stop now. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. So I am going to stop here. I hope that you followed along. I hope that I made sense and you understand what I was trying to say. Remember that you are all valid in your emotions and your experiences and your mental illness or whatever you are struggling with. It is all very valid. And I see you, I hear you, and I love you, and I believe in you. Genuinely, I believe in you, and I am proud of you. A big thank you to my Kiwi Fruit and Kiwi Bird channel members, whose names are up on the screen right now. And a massive thank you to the channel member of the day, Tala. I love and appreciate you so, so much. Thank you so much for joining. If you would like to become a channel member, you can click the top link in the description or the little blue join button. You get my videos a day early, as well as 10% off my shop when I have things on my shop. And you also get a few little extra like outtakes and extra videos as a Kiwi Bird member. So yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, The Queer Kiwi, and Twitter, That Queer Kiwi. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe. Keep fighting. I love you. Mwah. And when you close your eyes,